What's good, everybody? Today we are back with another video. Gotta make sure we're safe. Gotta make sure my chair's safe. Gotta make sure everything's good. Gotta be in the mood. Because today we are watching when heroes get arrested by dumb cops. And without another further ado, tuggle up your butts and let's get on up to this video. Skadoosh.
A firefighter in the back of a police cruiser. How'd he end up in handcuffs? He says he was just doing his job.
We're done, sir. I had it. Hey, check that out. I stopped to help somebody who's been shot. I'm getting arrested.
Usually, heroes get rewarded for what they do. But sadly, these heroes get arrested by the police instead. And the reasons why are insane. Here are some instances where heroes ended up in jail. Starting with this hero who tried to save the victim of a fatal shooting.
Thank you for teaching me not to be helpful, you fat.
On October 9th, 2020, Joseph Garces, a retired firefighter, was driving his Jeep in Santa Paula, California, when he spotted a shooting victim named Samir Salgado lying in the parking lot in a pool of blood. Without hesitation, Garces got out of his car and started doing CPR to the victim. Soon after, police officers from the Santa Paula Police Department came to the scene.
Don't go to the car. Don't go to that car. Stay over here. Stay over here. Stay over here. Come over here. That's your car?
That's my car. I was driving by. I saw it. I'm a retired firefighter.
Okay.
I'm not a part of this.
We don't know anything about that. We see a gun in the car. You're not going there. Do you have your ID?
It's in the car.
What's your name?
Joe Garces.
Joe Garces, you gotta relax, okay? We know you're helping us out.
Wait, but you guys aren't listening either. That's part of the problem. Yeah.
So I said we appreciate your being involved.
I get it.
Okay. We just run up.
I don't really understand what's
That's
happening.
his knife. I took it out of his pocket to cut his shirt
Okay.
off.
And that's your vehicle.
Yeah, I was driving north. I saw the lady. They were looking this way, and I saw him down, and I thought it was beer or something. Spun around and came in, saw the blood. She said they were calling 911. I screamed, has he been shot? She said, yeah, it was. I was pulling in.
Okay.
Saw the gunshot wound to the side of his face. I did a quick check. Found the gun in his waistband, rendered it useless, stuck it inside my car. Grabbed his knife, cut off his shirt, and then you guys started showing up.
Okay. Did
I
you
started doing
see
CPR.
Did you see anybody running?
Nothing.
Anybody
Nothing.
leaving the area? Anything?
Not a thing.
Garces gave his witness testimony to the officer, which was a polite and respectful interaction. However, things took a turn for the worse when
Nothing
Detective
seems
Rivera from the
wrong
Santa
right
Paula
now.
Police arrived and began to adopt a condescending attitude.
Get this guy out of here. Sir.
He's a witness.
What the?
Relax, okay?
We appreciate it.
Huh?
So I got a crime scene, sir. I'm a detective.
Yeah, and I'm here helping him, so step the off. Okay? If you're a good detective, you wouldn't be yelling at me right now. You'd be taking care of your job.
Over here.
You. I can't get the out of here.
Get out of my crime scene. Get out of my crime scene.
What are you gonna do to me?
Get out of my crime scene. I'm gonna make you next time.
Taking
Get out of my
over
crime
America.
scene.
Come with me, Mr. Garces. Mr. Garces.
That's my.
Come with me, Mr. Garces.
No wonder people don't give you guys the benefit of the doubt. And I worked with you for 27 years. When do I get my car back then? Hey, thank you for
Everybody's
teaching
clear
me
to
not to be helpful, you fat piece.
You have to step back. Step back. Step back. Step back. Step back. Step back. I don't know who you're
Oh yeah, so now you're gonna come over
Fiancé?
with me, huh? You're doing a really good job right now, aren't you?
I need you to back
You need to calm
Her
him.
fiance,
you to back
from
up.
what I know,
No,
just got
I got it,
shot
I got
and
it,
they're
I
just
got it.
yelling at each other.
You need
Get
to
your hands off.
Oh, okay.
take it down a notch.
You can take
Take
it
it down a notch.
Somebody here's not
Take it
controlling themselves.
down.
It's you.
Take a deep breath.
Don't be a hypocrite.
I've taken a deep breath. It's your turn now.
Yeah, don't be a
You want
hypocrite.
to talk like adults? I'll let you go. You
Okay,
want to talk
did
like
you
adults?
start talking to me like an adult?
Do you understand how I need to
Do
do
you
my
see
job?
what you're doing wrong?
If you know how to do this job and you have a badge, then you would understand.
Oh, he's right. He has taken somewhat of a breath down, but being physical is not gonna help. I mean, the guy did get aggravated, and he honestly won't stop. So I don't necessarily know if he deserves to be manhandled his way back home. But he's probably just kind of worked up. I mean, he tried to help a guy who was shot, presumably, and he got Loki kind of dissed on for it, from what I've heard.
Understand. Now, do you want
It's
to go
so
for 148
wood-
if you
it's
have
so-
a badge?
It's so
Do you
wood
have a badge?
Yes,
Are you
I do.
retired?
Yes.
Do you want to go for 148 for being in a crime scene? Just because sergeants at patrol don't know how to do their job, and you were You're a
You
cop.
saying your sergeant doesn't know how to do his job?
Take him. Turn him around. Where's your badge at?
My boy.
Jeep, like I keep saying, but you won't listen.
We're adding your Jeep.
Hey, you will see it when you look
Do
at
you
the
want
front
your
of
car?
Jeep.
Do you want me to have to write a search warrant and keep it, or do you want to keep your car? Do you want to get home as soon as possible?
I'm not talking anymore.
Okay. Sink him in 64. What's your first name?
Joe.
Joe.
Hey, check that out. I stopped to help somebody who's been shot. I'm getting arrested.
Garces was detained in the back of the police car for nearly 15 minutes before the detective finally released him. As a result of this incident, Garces got a dislocated shoulder and a torn labrum, injuries that needed surgical intervention to fix. Afterwards, Garces took legal action against Detective Rivera and the city of Santa Paula, of which they ended up reaching a settlement out of court. Even though Garces got monetary compensation, he would be hesitant to help someone again in the future. However, things turned out even worse for the next hero who would end up regretting his brave actions forever.
The guy who pulls the gun isn't the one who goes to jail that night. You go to jail.
Exactly.
On June 27th, 2023, Army veteran Matt Solon and Michael Loudermilk, the son of a Georgia congressman, were out with their girlfriends in a bar's parking lot when a man named Dwight Cooper threatened them with a gun. Matt swiftly disarmed and subdued Cooper, forcing him to the ground. He then called 911 after taking the gun away from him.
Someone pulled a gun on me. This guy asked for a cigarette. We told him he doesn't have a cigarette. He's drunk, and he pulled a gun out on us. I disarmed him.
Who has the gun?
I have the gun. It's disarmed. It has hollow points in it. It's a Glock.
I want you to stand there, and I want you to put that gun on the ground, okay? Do not have it in your hand when they pull up.
Okay, it's on the ground.
Okay, tell them the gun's here and point to the ground, but keep your hands to where they can see them.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
I think this is like a misunderstanding.
It came from him bleeding from the head. The guy bleeding from the head? Yes, sir.
I don't know who you are. I don't know who you are. Okay, do you think people ever lie to the police? Is it possible?
I could have got shot today.
Yep, me too. That's my job.
I was in the military for 6 years. I think I know that.
Congratulations,
I was
sir.
in Afghanistan. I know exactly what danger is. If I'm not armed, you want to test me or frisk me or whatever?
You're fine. Just don't move, and there's no issue with that. Don't go reaching in your pocket, man. You just
Get away, get thrown on the ground. Don't be stupid.
I understand completely. You're not exactly being cooperative either.
Gargantuan giant over here is like, don't be stupid. Don't be stupid. Now they're
I'm putting him in my
cuffs.
car.
Sure. Did I do something wrong?
I don't know what's going on. We're trying to detain you to figure out what's going on. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but did I do something wrong? Did I do something wrong or no?
He's saying
I mean, you guys wouldn't even be out here if I didn't call you.
this guy is staying extremely calm, by the way. If I was being put in cuffs for no other reason than calling the cops about an armed man, that's not me.
Look at it this way, man. Anytime we show up on a call, we
I'd
have
be
to do what we
singing
can
some
for
SZA.
safety reasons until we can safely ask everybody questions. We got one guy with a gun, one guy bleeding, so we detain, and we wait till everything calms down, then we start asking questions and kind of figure out what happens in the scenario, just so you know why you're sitting back here.
No, I have no idea why I'm sitting back here. It doesn't explain anything.
Matt, step on now.
Yes, sir.
I had it
under control, I feel
He's right.
You had what under control?
The whole situation. I had him on the ground. I had him taken care of until the ambulance. I had it disarmed. And what else did you guys do?
All I'm told is that you're the last one to have the gun. You started touching your pockets and everything. I asked you not to, and you're like, hey, I'm the hero, or whatever you were saying.
Okay, sorry, sir.
So-
I see your perspective.
Alright, bro. Cop is being like a jealous toddler. This guy, Matt, did honestly a really good job. He, just some karate moves on the guy. Got the gun away from him, put the gun on the ground as he called the cops and an ambulance for the guy because his head was bleeding and he's drunk. My guy's a hero. He literally deserves that title. Cop is being a flippin' baby.
Matt got arrested and was later charged with felony possession of a firearm. Later, both the police chief and Matt spoke to the media and explained what happened that day and the unjust reasons behind his wrongful arrest.
In
He
your
actually
view,
got
is
arrested.
Matt Solon a hero?
During his initial response, that yes, I agree with that comment. I think when the second act was taken, that's where the lines crossed, where he protected himself and the people he was with, and I commend him for that. Then part two is where he took action beyond that, and that's where he did cross the line.
What did he
Did
do?
that appear to be punitive rather than defensive?
Yes,
Touch his
that's what I
pocket?
saw.
But Matt told a different story.
I asked over and over and over again, what am I being arrested for? And Officer O'Brien said,
he has rights too.
The gunman has
The
rights.
gunman has rights too. He was restrained, and you hit him while he was restrained, and that's why you're going to jail. And I was like, he's never been restrained. He's not restrained.
How long were you in jail?
About 35 hours.
The guy who pulls the gun isn't the one who goes to jail that night. You
Exactly.
go to jail.
Exactly.
He isn't arrested till the next month.
No, and he's giving his gun back. They're going to see this when they run my plate, that I've been arrested before.
For a gun-related
For a
charge.
gun-related charge, right. And they're going to think in their head, oh, this guy just had a good lawyer. He got off it.
The district attorney
Yeah, that
dropped
can
all
actually do so
charges
much
against
harm.
Matt Solon, saying he acted in self-defense. However, by then, the damage had already been done. In this case, the officers' actions messed up Matt's record forever, but what they did is nothing compared to what the next officers did. On February 4th, 2014, something unbelievable happened. A CHP Highway Patrol officer arrested Chula Vista firefighter Jacob Gregoire. The Chula Vista firefighters were providing medical aid to victims of a rollover car accident while using their fire trucks to block the road to keep everyone safe when an officer told them to move their trucks, warning them if they didn't, they'd get arrested. Jacob chose to stay, insisting he had a responsibility to the victim and couldn't just leave them.
Okay, I don't have time for a cell phone. This is ridiculous. CHP is arresting Engineer Gregoire for where he spotted the fire engine.
He's actually arresting him.
We asked you to clear the road and you said no, and you'd get arrested if we moving it.
We're in the middle of patient care with patients on the freeway. They're putting him in handcuffs at this time and walking him away.
The chief of the Chula Vista firefighters backed up his colleague's choice, saying that putting the victim's life first was crucial. Jacob was released 30 minutes later. He showed great bravery by putting the victim's life first.
Wow.
But in the next case, another hero faced serious consequences for doing a similar act of bravery.
We're done. No, we're done, sir. Hey, we're
Oh. This guy's immediately using force. That has to be some type of assault.
On July 26, 2017, police officers from the Salt Lake City Police Department went to the University of Utah Hospital to take a blood sample from a victim who was involved in an accident after a vehicle pursued by the police during a car chase collided with his vehicle, causing it to explode.
Is that an explosion?
This resulted in several injuries and burns, leaving the victim in a coma.
crazy.
When the officers got there, the nurse in charge, Alex Wubbles, stopped them from taking a blood sample, and the ensuing interaction quickly descended into chaos.
So I printed this off. This is what I was told to print off. And
Why'd she stop him?
Brad, I'm just putting on speaker so you can. So I have this. It says obtaining blood samples for police enforcement from patients suspected to be under the influence. Okay. This was something that you guys agreed to with this hospital. The three things that allow us to do that are if you have an electronic warrant, patient consent, or patient under arrest. And neither of those things, the patient can't consent. He told me repeatedly that he doesn't have a warrant, and the patient is not under arrest. So I'm just trying to do what I'm supposed to do. That's all. So
I mean, she gave reasonable explanations. So.
Those in place, I'm not going to give blood. Am I fair to surmise that?
The nurse stopped the officers from getting a blood sample from the unconscious patient, citing it was against hospital policy and legal regulations. It was unsurprising that the officers failed to meet the necessary requirements. Their motive for seeking the blood sample was questionable. They sought to determine if the victim had consumed any drugs or alcohol, potentially to justify the car crash, as police regulations strongly discourage high-speed chases on busy traffic to avoid endangering civilian lives, a protocol the officers seem to have neglected, resulting in the crash.
I don't know. I have no idea why he's blaming me. I'm just representing me. Why are you blaming the passenger?
She's the one that has told me no.
Yeah, but sir, you're making a huge mistake right now. You're making a huge mistake because you're threatening to hurt me.
Frustrated about not having his way, the officer did something really shocking.
Oh, please. No, we're done. No, we're done.
Wow.
Hey, we're done.
Of course, Mick Biggins over here just got done eating his Big Mac on the phone with DoorDash trying to get some more donuts. Standing there doing nothing, and none of the other cops are doing anything. She did nothing wrong. First of all. And now she's being forcefully a nurse, by the way, who has shown no physical endangerment to the police officer. This literally is illegal. It has to be. This guy has to be charged at the end of this video. There's no shot he's not.
Hey.
Stop. Stop.
Detective Jeff Payne, who was later identified as the officer in question, forcefully grabbed the nurse, slamming her against the wall and handcuffing her simply because she chose to follow the law and protect her patient's rights. Soon after, Detective Payne's boss, Lieutenant James Tracy, came to the scene and began to pressure and manipulate the nurse into complying with their demands to give them the blood sample.
The problem is this, okay? You're telling me what your policy is, and I appreciate that you have a policy.
It's not my policy.
No, I know.
No, I'm not trying to do anything. I'm being told what to do and what I've been told.
And what I'm trying to tell
Literally
you
just doing her job.
wanted blood from this guy. Now, I have
Get a warrant.
And there's probably a much better solution that we could have come to, okay? But
So stressed I gotta pick my boobs.
all we had to do was, okay? And my
Just kidding.
point is, there are if we're breaking the law, if we're doing wrong, okay?
You are.
Just listen to him. Listen to me. If we're doing wrong, there are civil remedies, okay? If we took this blood illegally, it all goes away, all right? So there's civil remedies if we make a mistake.
If you take this blood illegally, you should be going to jail. You won't stand me, Detective Payne. I see you in the corner of my screen, boy.
You're not making it, okay? I've done this for 22 plus years.
I really don't care.
Search and seizure, all right? And what you have done, because your bosses are telling you to, has been to prevent this officer who was called out to do his job. That's obstructing justice, okay?
These two officers clearly have serious ego issues. The nurse was eventually released and later agreed to a $500,000 settlement with Salt Lake City and the University of Utah over the incident. Detective Jeff Payne was subsequently terminated from his position.
Detective Payne. Oh, what is this guy?
Lieutenant Tracy was demoted 2 ranks below to the...
Dang. No, Detective Payne, bro. Loki deserved that. I don't actually know how that looked, but if you liked the fucking video, if you liked it, please let me know. Give me feedback. Please. And with that all said and done, it's a bye.